Thank you. I'm glad I'm amongst friends. I'm Steve Richie, and I want to be your next District 5 representative in Salem. If you'd asked me 1 week ago what I'd be doing tonight, it would not have been this, but I'm honored to have been asked and take on this responsibility proudly, but I have to admit I'm a little bit intimidated. My son, who graduated from SOU in 2014, always tells me that you have to do something every day that challenges you. So I'm taking his wise counsel, and I am here because District 5 voters and taxpayers deserve an alternative to the one-party rule in Salem. My wife of 25 years, friends and neighbors will tell you I have a lot of opinions, but I'm only going to share a couple. I believe in a simple concept: limited government and maximum liberty. Government has gotten too big and intrusive into our daily lives, and it gets worse every year with more regulations and more restrictions on what we're allowed to do without government's permission. As small business owners and property owners, Natalie and I deal with it every day, as I'm sure most of you do as well. Some people measure success by how many people government is helping. I measure government effectiveness by how many able-bodied people don't need government assistance to get through their daily lives. A friend of mine yesterday reminded me of our state motto, which I wasn't aware of. It's "She flies with her own wings." That was adopted in 1843, and it succinctly expresses the independent spirit that I experienced when I first came to Oregon in 1982. I believe it still represents the spirit of a majority of Southern Oregonians. I believe if Salem and the undue political influence of Portland gets out of the way and allows businesses to innovate and prosper, a lot more working Oregonians will have opportunities for good paying jobs, which will allow them to fly with their own wings and thrive. Along with limited government comes government that is more fiscally responsible and transparent. You and I choose to be fiscally responsible. Many of us don't have a choice. If our car breaks down or we need a new roof, we don't walk to the neighbors and ask them to please pay for it or ask them to write a check to the mechanic. We figure out how to do it ourselves. We might have to go with a few less dinners out or work a few more hours, but we figure it out. That is not the way government operates. If something is broken in government, their first reaction is always to come to taxpayers and ask for more money so they can throw more money at the problem. The thing is, they do get more money every year. As the economy grows, their revenues grow. One of my pet peeves from my days when I worked for the Washington State Legislature was the use of the term cut. Republicans were always being accused of draconian cuts whenever they suggested any type of responsible spending. Government has gotten used to getting their way. They're so used to it that they expect a raise every budget cycle. How many Southern Oregonians would like to get an automatic raise every 2 years? Let's say state government expects a 12% increase. If we suggest that they only get a 6% increase over the next 2 years, they don't view that as a 6% raise like you or I would. They view that as a 6% cut. That kind of thinking needs to stop, and taxpayers need to be educated. Many of these conditions have evolved due to lack of a strong, loyal opposition in the state legislature. There is currently one-party rule in Salem, and that one party votes for what is best for Portland and not what is best for Southern Oregon. That one-party rule in recent years has gotten us a $175 million bridge that was never built, and a $300 million Cover Oregon website that was never used, just to name a couple. Salem needs to live within its means, just as you and I do. We need a more diverse set of opinions in Salem, and I want to be your voice. But if we were going to... Thank you. But if we are going to make a difference, I need your help to stop the one-party rule in Salem, and I thank you all for coming tonight.